Now we come to herbs of fire. Herbs of fire increase fire and they check earth. So now we got somebody with not enough fire or too much earth energy. They're too cold. They're too disconnected. There's not enough passion. There's depression, melancholy. We want to fire them up. Herbs of fire tend to be stimulant herbs. They're herbs that get in and really lift us up and get us going, right? They are often diaphoretics, meaning that they induce a sweat. Now, we have two kinds of diaphoretics, not to confuse things. We have cooling diaphoretics, we have like catnip, and we have warming diaphoretics. And what these herbs do is they bring heat to the surface of the skin that encourages the pores to open up so we break a sweat. These are the herbs that we like when we have a cold or a flu to help cleanse us. So diaphoretics, warming diaphoretics, they generally are aromatic, meaning they smell good. Think about cumin, curry, coriander, fennel, paprika, all of our just aromatic cooking herbs, right? Oftentimes they will be bitter and they are almost always a little spicy. There's a little spicy kick in there. These herbs are often generally hot in nature or in energetics. They can be dry or oily as long as they're hot, doesn't matter. They work on the transformative body functions, the biggest two being the metabolism and the digestion, right? So metabolism is what creates our internal fire. That's where your body heat comes from, is the metabolic action of your body changing energy into fuel so that you can move and think and your heart beats and all of that good stuff. Through digestion, we have a digestive fire that is transformative. We eat food and it transforms it into energy in our body. So there's your transformation, right? So these herbs of fire tend to address metabolism, movement, passion, mood, digestion. They're very moving. We get them into the body. Think about cayenne as a fiery herb. You get cayenne into the body and you will feel it move your blood around, right? If you've ever gone out to Thai food or Indian food and they say, how hot do you want it? And you feel brave and you're like, I usually get a 1, but today I'm going to get a 4. And in 5 minutes, you're sweating and your blood is boiling and they can't bring you water fast enough. That's the moving action right there. Digestion and cardiovascular. The fire also relates to the heart. This is the part of the body where fire rests within us. It is the emotional heart, the things we're passionate about, the things that we feel strongly about, but it's also the heart as a transformative organ, pumping and moving blood throughout the body, moving waste back to the lungs to be dealt with through the metabolic process. So digestion, cardiovascular. What are some of our herbs? Rosemary, common garden rosemary, very much an herb of fire. Also a little bit airy to this in a second degree, in a second way. Again, all of us are all 4 elements. So we cannot talk about herbs as being purely fire. None of them are. They're just mostly fire. Rosemary is mostly fire and a good dose of air and a little bit of earth and a little bit of water. Not as easy to see. Rosemary stimulates the mind, moves the blood, opens the pores, helps connect us to our passions in life. Cayenne, we kind of already touched on, right? I hope that for most of you, why cayenne is a fiery herb is pretty intuitive, right? Moves the blood, opens as a vasodilator, opens up the blood vessels, makes it easy for the body to pump blood into every part of the being. Ginger, of course, ginger hot like fire and a little dry. Again, vasodilator, moves, warms the skin, fires up the belly. When there's too much earth energy, too much coldness in the belly, so the digestion is slow and sluggish. We have people eat ginger. It warms the belly up, dries it out a little bit, reconciles that excess earth, and allows the digestion to be better. Stinging nettle. Most plants that sting or bite or are sharp will say are fiery or Martian in energy. Nettle, there's a story of the Roman soldiers when they were marching, I think, into Gaul, probably in the winter, picking huge stands of nettle and sort of whipping the bottom of their feet with it. And that sting would increase the blood flow into their feet. So their feet that were probably so cold from being, probably not wearing the appropriate shoes would get the blood pumping. And we've all had that experience where your feet just won't get warm no matter what you do. Nettle talks about stimulating blood flow, getting things warmed up, fired up. Angelica root, another beautiful digestive herb that is both warm and carminative and bitter. So 3 things. Angelica root warms up the digestion, also brings fire into the uterus, which we are really interesting when we're doing work with menstrual cycles, making sure there's enough warmth in there. And then St. John's wort, very much an herb of the sun, related to the fire of the sun. St. John's wort is famous for being an ally that we work with for depression. But what's really happening here is St. John's wort circulates the light within. Okay, too much earth, too much dark cave energy, not enough light. St. John's wort comes in and finds the places where the light is not getting in the body and moves that light through us. It opens up the peripheral nervous system, which is why we work with St. John's wort when the nerves have become damaged, when they are frozen or impinged or cold or numb. We want that fire energy to get in and fire up the nervous system, fire up the mood, put a little fire under people. Formats of fire, tinctures. Okay, so when we do a tincture into alcohol, vodka, brandy, gin, rum, all of those alcohol bases are fiery, fire water, right? You take a shot of vodka, you feel the burn, the heat in your mouth. So tinctures will always have this natural energy of fire to them, which one of the reasons we love herbal tinctures is that they bring that transformative power into the body. They bring the transformative power of fire through the tincture, and then whatever herbs are carried in that medicine. And then oxymels, which are like a tincture, but they are made with apple cider vinegar and honey, both very fiery elements. So we're soaking our medicinal herbs in the apple cider vinegar for a month or so, cutting it with a little honey, and then taking shots of that every day. Same thing like the vodka. If you've ever taken a shot of apple cider vinegar, you know there's some heat in there. There's some energy of fire, right? And the honey, by the way, is a little bit earthy because it's sweet and building, but there is no doubt the fire of passion, the honeybee fire of creation and transformation in honey. So we very much say honey is fire medicine. States of fire, what can we do? How can we be? Sunbathing, go out and lay in the sun, expose as much to your body to a healthy dose of safe sun for your skin tone. Soak it up, literally soak up fire from the sky. Warm saunas will definitely give you some heat, definitely get the blood moving. Sometimes there's a reminder for people just to get warm, just to dress more appropriately. When we're in the earth season, which is winter time, sometimes you see people running around in winter in a t-shirt. You're like, okay, you need to put something, if that's okay if you're a really fiery person, but be more warm, create more warmth in your life, both literally and figuratively. You can wear fiery colors, lean into when you're feeling down, when you're feeling like you're kind of stuck in the cave, lean into wearing some bright reds and yellows and oranges, like get a little gaudy, wear some stuff you normally wouldn't wear. It's amazing what that does for your energy. And then of course, spicy foods, always eat spicy foods to bring in some fire energy.